What's good, y'all? I'm gonna give you guys my brief outline of Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence Jr. It's finally official. You know, it's just basically like a lot of what people thought that was never gonna happen. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I thought this guy was gonna fuck around and fight Mikey Garcia. But this is a great fight. I think I like it a lot. And this or Errol, I mean. Fucking Terrence Crawford, man. That also would have been an equally good fight for. Oh my! Oh, we're back. We're back. You know what? I'm gonna give you guys my prediction because I've been running my mouth all these years. I've been running my mouth about how Manny Pacquiao wouldn't beat Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence. You know what I used to say, and I still stand on it, that Manny would get eaten alive. Like a pack of Rottweilers that see a piece of meat, a piece of steak, raw steak attached to like a fishing pole. That's gonna be Manny Pacquiao. I'm sorry, guys, but he's not. He's not beating Errol Spence. Uh, nope. Mm-mm. Sorry. Oh man, he's gonna beat the dog. You know what? Let me give you guys like what's gonna happen before the retirement of Manny Pacquiao on what was it, like in August 24th, August 15th? I don't know. I don't remember the exact date, but I think Manny Pacquiao is just going to get slaughtered by Errol Spence. And you know why? I just think that Errol Spence, after all these years and stuff, nah, he might lose, but I doubt it's going to be feeding time for Errol Spence. Yeah. Well, let me give you my breakdown, actually. Well, my brief outline. Manny Pacquiao has been inactive for like 2 years, and basically, like, there's not going to be that much of a difference for what I was thinking back in 2016, 2017, if Manny Pacquiao fought either Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence. I think both of them would have just ended with the same outcome for Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao is going to take a lot of damage in this fight. He's going to get his shit beaten, man. I'm not going to lie. Like, we're probably going to end up seeing like a throwback to the Marquez fight. And I'm not. Is my internet not. Man, I hate when it does that. But when I see Manny Pacquiao like scoring these knockdowns on younger guys, I mean, that's good and all that, but I think Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford are on a different level. I mean, so is Manny Pacquiao, but the thing is, he's not going to be able to squeeze those like second half rounds in after 3 rounds. Oh, the Marquez fight, the fourth one. I mean, the third one, like, that was a close one, but I'm talking about the fourth fight, where it's going to be an all-out battle and stuff. And I could actually see Errol Spence taking some more damage than what Terrence Crawford would have taken more damage with in a Manny Pacquiao fight, because Crawford is a lot more elusive. He's a lot more, a lot more herky-jerky or athletic. I don't know how to like term it at this point right now, but I just think that Errol Spence is going to take some punches just to give one out. And the thing is, like, I haven't seen Manny Pacquiao fight a southpaw in years, man, like absolute years. And we're talking about like him facing a guy that's like 5'9", like that goes up to like 180 pounds around there from what I hear. And the thing is, like, he's might be able to squeeze in some hits on Errol Spence like in the first 3 rounds, but then all of a sudden you're just gonna see a huge deterioration on Manny Pacquiao, man. Like I'm telling you, it's just gonna be bad, bro. It's gonna be bad, Mm-mm-mm. man. But the thing is, man, Errol Spence gets a little bit touched up, like especially if he's dealing with a fast fighter like Manny Pacquiao that's bouncing around and stuff. But when he's facing somebody like like around his size or his stature and stuff, he doesn't have that much issues, Like let's say if he were to fight like Kell Brook. I mean, people were saying like in the first half of the Kell Brook fight he was having some problems, but as soon as he got stronger, like after the fifth round, you started to see Kell Brook like fall apart. And the thing is, Errol Spence is back with his old strength and conditioning coach, Blu-ray, and Blu-ray actually made him like work on his core. Like he actually emphasized this on several podcasts that I've seen, on YouTube. And I think it was with Monty Brown. Shout out to Monty Brown, by the way, for that podcast with Blu-ray. Blu-ray was actually talking about his, Errol Spence's core, like which has not been like emphasized on for his last couple of camps, like on fighting Porter, fighting Garcia, like those recent camps where he felt like he didn't need some type of strength and conditioning coach and that he could do it by himself or something like that. Well, I think he's actually going to emphasize on it. And you can tell that Errol Spence is a lot more motivated and he's a lot more vasculine than what we've seen in the last couple of years, because we used to see how vasculine he was like in 2016, when he was fighting like Chris Algieri and everything. So that's what I think, like how Errol Spence is going to approach this fight from a physical standpoint. And I'm not going to lie, like Manny Pacquiao, I mean, he's a little strong himself, but he hasn't faced like a big guy in a while like Errol Spence, So he's going to have a lot of issues, man. This ain't Jeff Horn. This ain't Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman was a pretty big, strong guy for welterweight. But the thing is, Errol Spence is a lot more than that, Like Errol Spence will actually like murder that body. You know what I mean? He'll go to the midsection, throw a lot of like different varied angles like to the midsection. He's not just some like one trick pony that just goes to the body like on hooks and everything. He could actually like throw straight punches there and everything. Excuse me. But so far, from what I've seen, Manny Pacquiao is actually gonna have a lot of problems, but he is gonna land some hits. I think that Manny Pacquiao is actually gonna land the left hand, but as soon as he realizes that angle that he hasn't fought at in a long time, like it's gonna be very hard for him to adjust, and I don't see him making those adjustments against Errol Spence. And Errol Spence like is able to dictate range. Like I know some people have an issue with that, but it's actually getting better and better every fight. Like have you seen the Danny Garcia fight? He was getting away from the hooks. He was getting away from a lot of shots in that fight too. And this was like after the car crash, by the way. So that's what I. It's back. All right. But Manny Pacquiao has some type of edge, experience, obviously. And whether like he lands the left hand or not, like it's going to be interesting to see how Spence takes it if he even goes down. But I don't think Spence will go down. The guy is strong, like he's taking some heavy shots from Danny Garcia. He's taking some heavy shots from like Kell Brook. So I don't see him like going like folding like that from a Manny Pacquiao punch, like how Keith Thurman was. Like Keith Thurman looked like every time that Manny Pacquiao hit him, looked like he wanted to crumble, like we saw that 2 times in the fight. Obviously in the first round with the first knockdown, and in the second part of the fight where he got hit with like a body shot and he started just like rolling around. That's not Errol Spence, man. Errol Spence is a lot more sturdier, So Manny Pacquiao's getting knocked out, y'all. I'm sorry to break it to y'all, but it's something that I've been saying for years, and I can't go back on my word. And even if I saw something, then I would have like told y'all guys, but I haven't seen any type of change in my opinion on it. So Manny Pacquiao, I'm sorry, man. Manny Pacquiao's gonna get retired. I'm telling y'all, I mean, he's doing good against like all these other welterweights, but the thing is, like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, like deliver some type of athleticism. They deliver some type of a thinking outside the box, some type of IQ when they step into that ring, like that actually fits in with that youthful exuberance and stuff, you know what I mean? So that's what I think is going to overcome Manny Pacquiao. So I'm actually going for Errol Spence, but I'm not going to tell y'all the round number. But I will keep you guys updated on a series of videos just to tell y'all my opinion on the training camps and everything. So let me read these comments real quickly, and then I'll go on another stream to talk about the other fights that happened last weekend and the fights that are probably going to happen this weekend too. So Manny was wrecking Marquez in the fight until Marquez sparked him. Yep, he was. And Manny Pacquiao also got knocked down 2 times in that fight. Let's not forget that. And well, obviously Marquez got knocked down too, got his nose broken, but Pacquiao was getting messed up in some of those early rounds too. Like they were going back and forth. That was my fight of the decade. But Manny Pacquiao still has those habits, man. He still has those habits that he can't get rid of. Pacquiao is far from the fighter he used to be. Win or lose, I hope Manny Pacquiao hangs it up after this. Yeah. Oh, he will. He will. Trust me. Man, he will. He was a great fighter, though. He always provided me with entertainment. Oh, man. Seeing him all these years, like, continue after, like, when he was saying that he was going to retire after the Tim Bradley third fight, it's still an honor. And like, seeing him take out Keith Thurman, I mean, not take him out, like, stop him or anything like that, but him actually getting a win on him, that shit was amazing, Win or lose, man, like, he still proved that he stepped in there with the best, in his 40s and stuff. And we don't even need to emphasize on what he did like prior to that. Everybody who was around remembers. And remember, this is a guy who came up from 115 pounds to at least 154 pounds. That's like Naoya Inoue coming up all the way, all these weight classes fighting Navarrete. That's like him fighting Gary Russell. That's like him fighting Teofimo Lopez. That's like Inoue fighting Josh Taylor, Terrence Crawford, or even Munguia or Charlo, man. Like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. All right, peace, Monkey Kung Fu. Peace. He's still fighting while this new stable of fighters are just talking about. Yeah, man. I mean, like, that's why at this point, I don't even talk about like politics anymore. Like it has people tricked into this whole loophole of like talking about a certain fight, but then it doesn't happen unless the networks announce it, So until something is official, that's what I've been like standing on, after all these years, because I got tired of it, man. Like after the whole Golovkin Canelo situation, it was just bad, like the whole Joshua Wilder, I wasn't buying into that, man. All these posters saying the fight is announced, the fight is announced. Yeah, it was bad, but yeah, that's my take on it. That's my brief outline. I still haven't given. Appreciate y'all stopping by. I'm gonna check on these network issues that I'm having myself. So hope y'all have a great day, and shout out to Monkey Kung Fu. Hope you have a great day too. And I'm out. Peace.